Am I the a-hole for declining leftover food at my boyfriend's friend's BBQ after they ate in front of us? I'm wondering if my reaction was rude. I, 37 degrees Fahrenheit, recently met my now ex, 38-meter boyfriend's friends for the first time at a pre-drinks BBQ he invited me to. They seemed nice enough, but before we arrived, my ex mentioned his friend had messaged to say the host felt bad about not having enough food for everyone. He explained that if we saw food lying around, we shouldn't feel bad about not being offered any. I figured this meant they'd already eaten, and we'd just be arriving after the BBQ. When we got there though, it was clear they hadn't eaten yet. Out of the 12 guests, 8 were invited to eat, while 4 of us, including me, were not. When it was time to eat, those 8 sat at a nicely set table and filled their plates, eating in front of us while we stood around. My ex didn't seem to mind, but I found it awkward, especially since we were both pretty hungry. After the meal, the host finally stood up and said, "Guys, please help yourselves," meaning we could grab the leftovers. My ex got a plate and told me to come eat, but I felt too uncomfortable with people I didn't know and politely declined. I didn't want their leftovers. This really bothered my ex, and he said my reaction ruined the evening, which led to him breaking up with me afterward. He'd initially suggested we grab food at a nearby street festival, so I was surprised he was upset that I chose not to eat their leftovers and wanted to stick to the original plan. Is this normal behavior in some cultures? I'm from Canada, and I would never eat in front of a guest without offering them food. Was I rude for declining? Or was he gaslighting me by making me feel like I was the rude one for choosing not to eat?